I'm Guy Lane and this is the Planet Report. 3 freaky weather events lead today's report. Mexico's second largest city, Guadalajara, with a population of 7.5 million people famous for playing mariachi music and downing tequila slammers, woke with a massive hangover when a summer hailstorm dumped 1.5 meters of ice in an early morning event. The European heatwave continues to make life hell, as evidenced by a weather map with a striking resemblance to the screaming person in the painting by Edvard Munch, a phenomena flagged in the previous Planet Report when the term jet scream was introduced to the world. In Mumbai, formerly known as Bombay, where the gin comes from, rain caused Indian mayhem, while the precipitation spelled the end of the gruelling heatwave and announced the beginning of the long-awaited monsoon. The intensity of the downpour threw the city of 18 million into chaos, with 535 millimeters of precipitation in just 48 hours against a June average of just 515. A lot of soggy chapatis indeed. In Australian news, a report by The Guardian says that the former so-called Environment Minister, Melissa Price, had approved a uranium mine in Western Australia with the full knowledge that it could lead to the extinction of 12 individual species. The Yeeliree uranium mine, located 500 kilometres north of Kalgoorlie, a part of Australia colloquially referred to as nowhere, is liable to drive extinct 11 species of stygofauna, microscopic animals that live in underground aquifers, and a type of saltbush. Subsequent to this man-made nuclear disaster, Price, a doppelganger for Aussie mining tycoon Gina Rinehart, seen here in a bizarre government-funded mating ritual with Federal Philandry Minister Barnaby Joyce, departed the ruins of the environment portfolio to wreak havoc on the Australian Defence Ministry. I wonder what Barnaby the beetrooter, a man who knows a thing or two about trashing freshwater resources, would have to say about that. In delusion news, Mohammed Barkindo, in the Secretary-General of the global oil cartel OPEC, whinged publicly about the influence of climate protesters on his industry, particularly the goddamn children. He described the growing revulsion of the common man towards the oil industry as perhaps the greatest threat to our industry going forward. We believe this industry is part of the solution to the scourge of climate change, Barkindo wept unconvincingly in a Vienna press conference, without indicating how the oil industry could ever be a solution to the problem that it massively exacerbates on a daily basis. Child climate activist Greta Thunberg, a Perium sage, responded to the crestfallen oil boss by tweeting, "Thank you, our biggest compliment yet." And finally, in rebellion news, thousands of climate activists took to the street of Brisbane with a simple message to the Queensland government: shove your stinking Adani coal mine up your arse. Thousands of climate-aware empaths chanted, "Hey, hey, ho, ho, Adani's mine has got to go," as they marched through city streets, causing Friday afternoon rush hour mayhem. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Adani's mine has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Adani's mine has got to go. Stop, Adani, stop, stop, Adani. Stop, Adani, stop, stop, Adani. Stop, Adani, stop, stop. The event, organised by the Movement Against Destruction and University Students for Climate Justice, was supported by members of Extinction Rebellion South East Queensland. Cheery members of XRSEQ relaxed on George Street under the watchful eye of the Queensland Police, some of whom attended the protest on push bikes with bicycle clips as part of a global non-violent mass civil disobedience movement that will soon eradicate the unholy alliance between elected officials and the fossil fuel elites across the entire Western world. This structured popular uprising is described in the newly released Extinction Rebellion Handbook. This is not a drill. Buy it, read it, share it, and act like this is a crisis of human civilization, which it is. I'm Guy Lane, and that's the Planet Report.